It's Mixed Martial Mike with Mixed Martial Mike.
So once again, we're doing a special segment. Me and my brother were talking about our favorite UFC fights, and which is, our number one favorite fight. So we're gonna have Michael start it off. Tell us what's your favorite fight and why is it your favorite fight?
Well, honestly, I think my favorite fight is Jon Jones versus Gustafsson 1. If you wanted to introduce someone to MMA and you wanted to show them the first fight that could get them into it, I think that's a great first fight. There's technicality, there's length, there's athleticism, there's remarkable moves. There's an adjustment in the end of the fight, so you can see what a champion does in the end of a fight. You can see, beautiful transitions. You can see a great challenger nearly defeat an insurmountable opponent. So there was so many elements to that fight that made it good, and the fight itself was just out of this world, so close. Some people thought Alex won. I think Jon Jones won, but it was a very close fight. Jon Jones
got it, definitely.
That fourth round was pretty remarkable, just because it showed you that a champion can make that adjustment and they could really perform at a high level. So I don't think, of course, there's so many fights. This is hard. It was hard to choose, but I just remember that fight, and I've watched the fight many times over. And man, that's a fight. If you show to the average person, everyone could admire that fight. And there was beautiful boxing technique from Alex Gustafsson, beautiful kicking technique from Jon Jones, beautiful everything. Alex Gustafsson got a takedown on Jon Jones, the first person to do that. So there was so many elements of that fight. I know the rematch. You saw the rematch, how that happened. So rematches could always be different. So that's why I'm saying Conor McGregor could beat Khabib.
Thanks for sliding that in there. But definitely...
What are you talking about? I didn't slide anything in.
No, definitely you made some good points on that fight, because it's definitely a memorable event with Jon Jones before Gustafsson in the first fight. And my pick for the greatest fight that I ever seen has to be Bigfoot versus Mark Hunt, the first one. Again, similar to your fight, they had a rematch, and it was Jon Jones ended up winning by TKO, and this for Mark Hunt ended up knocking out Bigfoot in the rematch. I think it was in the second round in spectacular fashion. But the first fight, it was just blood, guts. It was, blood, sweat, and tears everywhere. These guys didn't want to quit. There was blood pouring down. I remember thinking to myself, like, man, this fight should be stopped.
They were fighting like middleweights, They were fighting
like a guilty pleasure. You're enjoying the fight, but at the same time, it's like, oh my God, so much damn blood.
In the middle, in the morning, both of those guys was like, ow.
Yeah, I don't know how they kept fighting. That was just one fight I couldn't believe. So a lot of great fights, but this one was easy for me to pick as the greatest fight that I've ever seen. And both men were, I think part of them died a little bit in that fight, because neither one ended up having too many fights after that. They fought a couple of more times.
I think Mark Hunt had a lot more success after. He ended up winning, so it showed itself. And
he did lose when he tried to sue the UFC, unfortunately. And
that's true.
We haven't seen him since, but man, that fight was incredible. I don't know if anybody else can top that ever again. So I hold that fight close to my heart.
It's a memorable fight. You can't forget that fight when you see it.
Yeah, blood. There's some honorable mentions. Of course, Forrest Griffin, Stephen Bonner means a lot to the UFC. So that's a fight I thought about. But when it comes to number one, Bigfoot and Mark Hunt definitely takes the cake. And in your case, another great pick, John Jones versus Gustafsson.
Well, now that we're talking about
John
favorite
Jones
fight,
was tested, definitely tested.
let's talk about what's your favorite knockout.
My favorite knockout of all times. Oh man, I'm gonna have to say Masvidal's flying knee kick knockout. So, I guess it's because Ben Askren is so annoying and talking so much shit that you kind of like want to see him get knocked out, and then when it happens, it's like, yes, shut the fuck up, you dork. Because I really thought he was just a dork that was gonna get exposed eventually, and he did. I thought he got exposed in the first fight in a way. He got exposed in the second fight and the third fight. So good riddance to him, but it made for a great highlight reel knockout loss. So thank you, Ben. That was my favorite knockout.
Well, my favorite knockout, and it's just because of aesthetics, has to be the Edson Barbosa versus Terry Edom knockout. When he threw the spinning leg kick and it landed on his chin. That was one of the most scary ones. If you also wanted to just introduce somebody to MMA, just be like, this is what can happen.
Yeah. And then Joe Rogan's line of, he's gonna get knocked out. He called it right when he said the word knocked
That's
out.
one of the most special knockouts.
Joe Rogan
he can really
predicted.
get knocked out.
You gotta be careful.
No.
Knocked out. Oh,
you're understating it. He predicted it on time. Literally, like he was right before it. Like
he said he needs to watch out. He might get knocked out.
You heard? He was able to time it too.
At the same damn time.
Knockout.
At the same damn time. There you get it. Right there.
We just wanted to give you guys some thoughts,
JoeyKO out here. That's our favorite knockouts and our favorite fights. Tell us your favorite fight or your favorite
Comment,
knockout.
see if you agree. I want to see what
honorable mention, Conor McGregor's knockout of Jose Aldo.
Oh man,
that almost made the list. It was a great knockout.
That knockout was actually, that's one of the most beautiful knockouts too. But I said what I said. I appreciate that. But
every time you say Conor McGregor, I see like a little glare in your eye.
But I appreciate that, bro. Every time you mention my Irish brother, I appreciate you. But yeah, drop what the hell you feel, so we know how the fuck you feel, and we do what it do.